Baby.
Taurus. You're a ski bunny.
Yeah, I'm just a fucking ski bunny, bro. Just a little
What's
bunny
going
foo-foo.
on in the chat real quick here? You have to spend more time. You have to spend some time. LK said it's just around the corner.
Just around the ribbon.
It's okay, guys. I never saw him again. Good. Was he limp?
Limp.
Gone with the wind.
Limpy.
Be that love party. Every rose has its thorns. Every rose has its thorns, Craig.
Yeah.
Every rose has. That's another Valentine's Day.
Every night
thing.
has its dawn. And every cowboy sings a sad, sad song. Every rose has its thorn.
I feel like we're in the movie The Biodome, but like there's only a couple people in there with the, you know how they have all the scientists in Biodome, right? And it's like,
Yeah.
then it's just like, no, Pauly Shore and his buddy, and they're just like throwing it to havoc, but then they turn it into an awesome thing because they're stuck in the dome the whole time. I think that that's the world we're living in right now. There's only a couple people that are just in the world, right? Like if we were to take the mass majority that are like, what do you mean? Like everything's fine. Everything's going to be okay. And then all these scientists and all these people that are following what the scientists are saying, like, no, you can't do this. You can't do that. You can't do this. You can't do that. You can't do this. So, oh my God, we live in Biodome right now, the movie. Are you Pauly Shore or are you fucking one of those weird scientists? And then they find out at the end of the movie that none of their science was right. Gosh, I just think they just played Biodome on TV for the next like 3 weeks straight and just change some of the words in there to CV, and then everybody at the end of the day would understand what everybody's been trying to say.
What you talking
That's a
about, Willis?
revelation. That's like the ultimate spiritual revelation that has ever happened on the planet of Earth right now.
Yeah, Steve.
Who would have ever
Stephen
known that
Baldwin.
Pauly Shore this whole time
Lady.
knew the way? All right, Taurus, let's see what's going on with you in your love life. It's time for a new deck. It's time for those Golden Tarot.
Stephen Baldwin.
For those golden, we are moving to the Chinese ox. You know,
Yeah.
some Chinese astrologers say it happened on the 4th already, based off the planets and the alignments of the stars. But you know, we go off the lunar calendar, and you know that's for sure by then. So this week it is happening, though. Let's see what happens.
Yes.
The World card reversed is your first card. Wow. Your challenge card is the Magician. Your overall card is the King of Wands. Okay, that's great. These are big cards. And you got the Seven of Swords reversed. Okay. Couple stories here. I mean, you got the World reversed. I think that, you know, you're on the fence about something in a relationship. You're ready to go all the way in, or you're ready to get all the way out, but you're not ready to fully complete it. You know, you're on the fence. It's like, should I change the tape? That's either to new or to get out, right? It's like, I need to change the tape, but I don't know. You know, sitting on the credits. Sitting on the, you know, ready to push play. And then we got the challenges of the Magician here. I don't know if I understand what I'm doing or if I have the power to do it and if this is magic or not. There's a lot of doubt and a lot of question about that. Your overall here is to own the power of love, or there's definitely an energy of where somebody shows up as a very powerful source. Could be Leo, of course. Could be Aries. Could be a fire sign. Could be a very strong character that knows love and that is very confident with love. But here you are. Your way to get through this is stop, you know, lying to your own self. Look at this Seven of Swords reversed. Like there's nothing shady going on. The only shady thing is that you're not stepping into your magic. You're afraid of magic. But at the same time, I think that you're going to have to kind of also know that when you get a Magician card and the magic doesn't happen, you know, if that does happen to you this week, it's because maybe the doubts, or maybe because you're not revealing everything, or maybe because you're not showing up fully, or maybe you're also projecting, because I always look at the Seven of Swords as a projecting. So definitely don't project why magic isn't happening when you're the one that's in control of the magic show of your own life all the time. That World card popped up in reverse because you did pull the Page of Wands upright. So it's like, yeah, you were excited about something, but you're unsure about that World. But go with the excitement of it. But you got to show up with the excitement too. It's like kind of like, again, it's on the fence. It's like you're sitting at Jurassic Park and you're the little kid and the alarm's about to go off with the electricity and you're just sitting there like, And they're like, jump, jump, jump. And then you wait till the electricity hits, and then it's already over at that point, and now you're fried. And, but there's a great offering, and there's a great world, but you're unsure of how that world looks. Maybe you're having some complications, or maybe you're dealing with a partner, and their world's very complicated, and, you're excited about it. But so there's definitely some world issues. There's some, interaction, but there's a lot of over processing, I would say, too. When it's like, kind of just go with the basics and let those things happen. I think that the complication of the challenge with the Magician card too is like, oh, it's too complicated. I can't figure it out on the magic. You pulled the 10 of Wands. Is definitely, there's a lot of weight. I think maybe you're putting too much emphasis on how important this like supreme love needs to be. Like it's okay to have a cheese pizza. Like it's okay if it doesn't need to be the most vegan, organic, all the toppings, used with this, used with that. I think that drop all it has to be so much and get back to the simple things. I feel like it's like, keep it simple. Magic is simple. It's like, keep things simple. Things are getting too complicated because you're adding too much to it, or somebody else is adding too much to it and overemphasizing too many things, or it's already reached too much of a peak, and maybe it's just like better to just go get the easy thing, the easy pizza, and start from the simple aspect of things. So not a bad reading, but definitely a lot of weight that you don't need to put on things, and the less weight that you put onto it, the more the love will happen too. That's another way that you can look at that 10 of Wands with that King of Wands there. You did pull the solar eclipse card. Definitely a revolution. This is a big week. This is definitely something that, I got to say, something can burn out too with the solar eclipse and burn you into a new energy. It also, I call it the cigar cutter in space, but it is a revolutionary moment for you. You are getting a big lesson, a big magical lesson, and a lesson of how to change your life fully when it comes to your love story this week. So at least that's the positive in all this. The reason that you did pull this solar eclipse card, kind of dropped a couple cards there. Well, focus. I think that, what are you focusing on in your life? Like, where are you focusing on changing your life, and are you aiming in the right direction? And where do you need to aim? I think that, if you don't know where you're going to aim, or you don't know where things are going, then guess what? That magic ain't going to go nowhere with that Magician card as your challenge. Like, you need to focus on what magic that you want to happen. And also you need to reveal something, or somebody needs to reveal something to you. But I got a feeling with that 7 of Swords reversed, like you've been projecting one way, a magical story that's not that magical, and you're afraid to bring something up. And I think that you need to, say, you need to be honest. You need to have the truth come out. Like, you can't just keep, I don't know. But I think that, at the same time, it's also like, you're projecting that you don't have magic, that it can't happen. And I think that's a lie that you're telling yourself. I think that you're taking it all too serious. I think it's like, get back to the fun, get back to the excitement. Your shadow card that you pulled is the atonement. Look at that. You're out of tune. And I think that you're out of tune because it's gotten too complicated. It's gotten too heavy. You're expecting so much. It's like, get back to the simpleness. Like, just get back to some simple shit. Just go on, have a fun date and see where it goes, and just have fun. And it's always from fun and from natural and from love, and that's how love happens in life, not from this crazy, like, okay, I got to have it all figured out, and this has to work on my time, and it needs to do that. It's like, that's not how true love forms. True love forms when you're in a timeless moment. It doesn't matter. You're not even paying attention to the clock. You're just in life. You're in love, and then you just follow, and then that just leads you down a tunnel of love that you don't even know how you got there. You pulled the 12th house, Capricorn, Saturn. Holy shit. This is the old part of you, the energy of being too old and being too serious that you got to let go. I think, and also time. I was just talking about time. Capricorn, Saturn, this is also the energy of being the elder, like being old, but the 12th house is saying let go of that, and that's an illusion. And it's also like being too adult, like learn to go into the magic, go into the story, stop taking things too seriously. I think that you've taken things way too seriously.
Yeah, it's mass amounts of change can happen without there being a mass amount of pressure behind it. Maybe you already are that diamond. You don't need all this great pressure to create you. You've already existed. So maybe the magic is just kind of brushing that dirt off and pulling it up out from the earth, pulling yourself out and letting yourself shine for the truth being that you are. You know, I like that analogy that you bring up about the cigar cutter, you know, in space. And it is about just that depth and that voidness, and stepping through that void into your power, into your potential, into that love that you have, and really just digging yourself out, you know, and acknowledging that you are that diamond that's already been through this pressure, that's already created this great existence, and really just embracing that fully.
Yeah, because I mean, I think that, I don't know. It just reminds me of, if I ever look at life and others' life when they fall in true love, it's not serious. It's not from a serious moment. It's not by taking it so seriously. And this is a good lesson for everybody, not only Taurus. Taurus is being emphasized a lot on, though. But it's like, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. And it's like, whatever. But then there's the excitement of like finding new love, and then like not taking it serious. Like you just, you know, my second girlfriend in high school, which we were deeply in love, and it was just such a beautiful moment, was I went with my buddy Brian Friedman, and he had met some girl on AOL, and I went with him, and then we were at her house, and I ended up talking to her, and I had no plans in my life about, like, I was like, I didn't even know what this girl looked like. It was AOL days and teen chat shit. And by the end of that night, she like was like, hey, can I get your phone number? I'm like, yeah, I got a pager. You want my pager number? She's like, yeah. And then I was like, can I get your phone number? She goes, yeah. She was like, she was rich. So she had a nice house and a nice family. And she was like, yeah, I got my own phone. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. And I called her, and then I let my buddy Brian know. I was like, hey, so I'm talking to her. He's like, yeah, don't worry. I already knew the second we came up there. Like, don't even worry. And I ended up being with her for like 3 years. And it was just like, there was a non-serious moment. We didn't even take it like that serious. We just like called each other, and we went on some dates. And next thing you knew, it was like, we spent every weekend together, and 2 times a week, and she went to a completely different school than mine and everything, and it was just out of a different city and everything, and lived 30 miles away, and I didn't have a car, and we made it happen, and there was no seriousness about it. So I don't know, life, like love happens in mysterious ways, not serious ways.